Yes, I've arrived in Brooklyn, Iowa, the promised land, home to 1,200 Brooklynites. Man, dude, we gotta do this inside. I'm not ready for this cold. It's too cold. Yes, I knew if I was going to survive Brooklyn, Iowa, I was gonna have to find a local guide. Good news is I knew exactly who to turn to.
Welcome to Brooklyn, Iowa. Come in.
Mayor Rickard not only invited me into his home, but gave me a full tour of the mayoral mansion of Brooklyn, Iowa. He made me feel right at home. Of course, it wasn't as if I didn't come bearing gifts. I actually presented the mayor with a proclamation from our own borough president, Marty Markowitz.
Office of the President. Proclamation. Community of flags, diverse, historical, oh my goodness. Brooklyn, Iowa, official Brooklyn of the Midwest.
That wasn't all, of course. I also brought the mayor a bottle of our famous Brooklyn wine, some of Marty Markowitz's Brooklyn pins, and even a ski cap. The mayor was so pleased, of course, that we got into the pickup truck and he gave me a full tour of Brooklyn, Iowa, starting on Jackson Street.
What place is no stoplight? There's office there.
And then we head out to the most important site in town, the grain elevator.
It's kind of interesting.
And of course, no tour of Brooklyn, Iowa would be complete without stopping by the flags. That's right, Brooklyn, Iowa is the community of flags thanks to this unbelievable display. Mayor Rickard and I got back in the pickup truck and took a little bit more of a tour. There's the Brooklyn Industrial Park. And of course, Brooklyn City Hall. Now call me a snob if you want, but I knew there was one site I had to see. The Brooklyn Museum. Inside, of course, were priceless heirlooms from Brooklyn's past. But I knew there was one thing trinkets couldn't tell me. I knew I had to sit down with Doris Manat, keeper of one of the most important stories in the town's history. Well, it's Gersh Kuntzman again of the Brooklyn paper with a true luminary in Brooklyn, Iowa, Doris Manat. Now, Doris, my sense is that you have achieved your fame here in Brooklyn, Iowa, because you are the niece, if I'm not mistaken, of Balzer Kriegel.
Well, I'm his niece. I don't know if that's my claim to fame.
Well, it will be after this interview. Now, tell me about Balzer, because I got to tell you, I'm looking at this picture of him. He is one tough kid, am I right?
Well, I assume I didn't know him back then, but he was the youngest of 8 children, and he was about 8 years old here, and that's about the time that this incident took place.
The incident, I believe she's talking about euphemistically. Tell us a little bit about the incident.
Balzer lived about 8 miles or 10 miles north of Brooklyn, and he came to town with his dad in the horse and buggy. And his dad went into the pharmacy where John Wayne's father was the pharmacist.
John Wayne, the Hollywood actor.
Yes.
Legendary John Wayne, lived in Brooklyn.
He lived in Brooklyn, and he went to school in Brooklyn for a couple years. They were about 8 years old, and Balzer asked him what his name was, and he said Marion Morrison.
Which actually is John Wayne's birth name.
Yes. And Balzer said, Marion, that's a girl's name, because it was his sister's name. And the fight began.
Whoa, hold on. Who started the fight?
I think John Wayne did.
You mean Marion?
Marion Morrison.
So John Wayne starts the fight. Who wins the fight?
I never heard who won the fight, but I would assume, too, it might be John Wayne.
You're assuming you're the niece of Balzer Kriegel, and you're telling me you think John Wayne kicked his little butt.
I really don't know. He never said who won.
Oh, well,
so
that's evidence enough.
Have.
Yeah, that's evidence enough. So I think for the sake of the story, we should have that Balzer beat up John Wayne, don't you think?
Okay, we'll do that.
There it is, folks. Balzer Kriegel defeating John Wayne in that famous fight about 70 years ago. I'm Gersh Kuntzman of the Brooklyn paper with Doris Manat. Doris, thanks for taking the time. I still wanted to know more, so much more. So I visited the grave of Balzer Kriegel. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here at the tombstone of Balzer Kriegel, 1908 to 1995, a true American hero and a Brooklyn legend. And I got to tell you, just being at his grave like this makes me really know what an American hero is all about. The man who slugged out, or was slugged out by, John Wayne, Balzer Kriegel. Here's looking at you, an American hero. Thank you. I had learned so much and seen so much in just one day in Brooklyn, Iowa. I had no idea what awaited me the next day.
Okay, it's Gersh Kuntzman here. It's 5:30 in the morning. I'm the guest of honor at the Kiwanis Club breakfast. This is a weekly event they have here in town, and I didn't want to miss it, but it is 5:30 in the morning. I'm here at the mayor. Mr. Mayor, it's 6 in the morning. Where are we going?
We're going to the Kiwanis Club meeting. We meet at 6:30 once a week.
And what's going to happen there? Am I going to get some breakfast and meet all the locals?
If you behave yourself, we'll feed you.
And you always do this at 6:30 in the morning?
Well, yes, an hour in the morning's worth 2 in the afternoon anytime.
I followed the mayor inside the Kiwanis Club breakfast, and I met a lot of very interesting people and participated in some bizarre rituals.
Your inspirations and graces that we might live this year for your glory and for the good of our brothers and sisters.
Okay, it was strange enough that they were praying, but then they launched into another ritual with which I had very little experience.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The good news was we finally moved on to the part of the morning that I could understand. I really did enjoy meeting the people of Brooklyn, Iowa, until they made me get up and actually give a speech about my own Brooklyn back in New York. I mean, look at this mincing fool. I have nothing to say to these people, these honest, good, heartland people. Apparently that didn't matter because they gave me a standing ovation.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead you? Who'd have thought they'd lead you? Out here where we need you. We got him on the spot. Welcome back. 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 We always could spot a friend. Welcome back. And I smile when I think how it must have been. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome